Meanwhile, the Trump administration will have to repay frozen foreign aid to nonprofits after the Supreme Court issued its first major ruling on his executive actions. It's one of dozens of legal challenges the Trump administration is facing as they try to reshape the federal government. The president touted his executive actions in his address to Congress last night, calling the first month of his presidency the most successful in history.
Over the past 6 weeks, I have signed nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than 400 executive actions, a record, to restore common sense, safety, optimism, and wealth all across our wonderful land.
Federal judges have also blocked several of the president's executive actions as these legal battles play out. Senior reporter Katherine Faulders joins me now for more on where some of those cases stand. Hi, Katherine. So the Trump administration has been sued at least 98 times since the president's inauguration. How significant is this Supreme Court ruling now, and how are these other executive actions and initiatives holding up in court?
Well, it is significant because it is one of the first. There has been at least one in the past, but one of the first to reach the Supreme Court in this way. And what the Supreme Court, of course, did here is ruled that the Trump administration needs to comply with that lower court's order and pay out that nearly $2 billion in foreign aid. Now, it's unclear when they will do that and the constraints around that. The court did not elaborate specifically on the decision, said the district court needed to clarify what obligations the government has here. But I think this is pretty reminiscent of what you will see in the future. A lot of these cases will likely make it to the Supreme Court. A lot of these challenges are in the preliminary phase here. There's been requests for immediate relief, temporary restraining orders, if you will, pausing some of Trump's actions, but they are working their way through the courts. And this one did get there pretty quickly. So the court did rule that the administration must pay this out. So the question is, how do they do that? Does the district court say exactly what the government's obligation is? But you will see a lot of this in the future on various different topics, given, as you note, Diane, there have been at least 98 legal challenges just in the first month of Trump's administration.
And Katherine, lawyers are already citing the president's speech last night in a case against the Department of Government Efficiency. They say Trump clearly identified Elon Musk as the head of Doge, seemingly contradicting his own administration's legal arguments. How could that affect the case?
It's a good question, and there's a lot of legal challenges against Doge, but a lot of the questions surrounding it have been the unknowns about it. Elon Musk has said that Doge is being completely transparent, but the reality is we don't really know who runs Doge. The administration does say there is an acting administrator. At the same time, as you note, they say that Elon Musk is in charge. Well, the administration in court papers in a separate case filed in the D.C. District Court made very clear that Elon Musk is a special government employee, as we've reported, meaning that he only can work 130 days in the administration, and that he is very clearly not the administrator, that he reports to President Trump, and they equated him to an official who was a senior advisor, for example, in the last administration. So lots of questions surrounding who actually is in charge here. Trump obviously made that comment last night, said that Musk is in charge of it. So many mixed messages here. And frankly, a lot of what we don't know about Doge has been coming out in court filings. We've learned many new nuggets about how it's formed, exactly who works for them. We still don't really know that. But I will think that in the future, at least, as there's filings, as lawyers appear in court, the administration will be forced to answer questions about what exactly Doge is doing, and they are essentially forcing them to go on the record with more transparency here.
All right, senior reporter Katherine Faulders, thank you.